All right, so our little oil pump is sitting right down in there, but in order to get him out, we got to take the flywheel off because it's in the way. If you try to loosen it up and wiggle it out of there, it gets hit on the bottom down there because it's kind of shaped like this, and there's just not enough room to pull that thing out of there. So we got to get the flywheel off, which means that we got to set our timing. So what we need to do is pull this top cover off, and so we can check our timing. So now we got our little timing mark, and you can see right up here, this is the arrow. So what I want to do is get that to line up to this right here, because there's a couple of things that makes this a lot easier. So inside in this gear right here, there's a hole, and what we're going to do is put a drill bit in there in order to spread this split gear, and that's going to allow us to pull the flywheel off without a bunch of stuff flying off there. Also, right here is a little hole that aligns to a little hole that's on this. So let me spin it around. I'll spin it around backwards and show you, because I think the little hole is right there. So there's a little small hole right here. Let's see if you can see it right there. And what that does is when you rotate and you get everything lined up, that little hole is going to line up with this little hole, and then there's also going to be a bigger hole that comes up right there. So now we can rotate it around, and what I'm looking for is for that little hole to go down here, and it's going to line up with this hole right there, and when all that stuff lines up, this hole is going to be right up here, so you can put the drill bit in there. So let me get some sizes of drill bits for you. So the little one that's going to go in this hole and lock them together, that's actually about a 0.138 diameter drill bit. This one is a letter B or something pretty close, so it's a 0.232. And what we're going to have to do is put it in there, and if you can see, I haven't got it lined up yet, but I just put it in there, and then if I tip upward, I can move that gear. And what it does is it frees that gear up off the little gear in the back, and it's going to allow me to pull the flywheel once I break it loose. So with those two drill bits, what we want to do is rotate it around until this one goes in there. So right now you can see it only goes that deep, but as soon as those holes line up, it'll slide on in there. And so we just need to rotate, and then there it goes. So you can see now it went all the way in there, and what it has is those two holes lined up together right there. So now it's locked together, and if everything's lined up right, if somebody put the motor together right with that one locked in place right there, then that ought to be pointing upward. And so that gear's set right to the flywheel, and everything lines up. So now we know we got our position, that when we pull the flywheel, all we got to do is line it back up so that little drill bit can go back in that hole. We're going to use this one, and we're going to put a drill bit in there, and we're going to pull up on it and get those gears to come up. So we're ready to go. So now all we got to do is get the flywheel off. Now, if you buy the flywheel kit, this is the little more expensive one. The cheap one just doesn't work, but this one is thicker and it's a whole lot better, but it doesn't come with long enough bolts to do anything. And these are the bolts for it. So your option is either buy some longer metric bolts, or you can modify it. And so for me, it's easier just to modify it, because you have to modify it anyway for the first gens that I have. And so what you end up having to do is you're going to put it on this way versus that way. And so we have to cut a bunch out on each of these to get it so that the bolt is long enough to get in there. And you also have to cut back on all of these edges so it'll fit up in there tight, like that right there. So now all we got to do, before we put that on there, we got to break this nut free, but we don't want to take the nut off, because if we put all this tremendous load on here to pull this flywheel and that nut's off there, when it breaks free, this thing's going to be over on the other side of the room. But all we want to do is just loosen this up just enough that when it pops, it can't go anywhere, and it just hits the back of the nut, because once it pops free, it's free, even if it moves just a little bitty bit. So let's get set up. The easiest thing to do as far as getting this free is to use an impact driver, because the impact driver will rattle it and it'll back it up real quick. But we don't want to back it up very far. You can do it with a wrench, but you'll have to put some rags in the gears. You'll have to, do some of this, get these things where you find a gear that you can pinch a rag between back in the back here to keep it from spinning. But hopefully with this little drill bit right there, it's going to lock those two together, and then we don't have the thing trying to spin, because right now it can't spin at all. Alright, so let's give her a hit here with the impact driver and see if we can't back that nut up just a little bit. So we get our driver in reverse here. Now all I want to do is just barely move it. And see, it pops right off there. So that's really easy to do with that little drill bit stuck in there, because it's got everything locked together. So now we got the nut freed up, and we don't want it that far for sure. All we want is just a little bit of looseness. And so we want it just so that washer can move just a little bit in the back there. And that's as far as we want to go. Because when we put it on here and we pop that thing out of there, that nut's going to prevent everything from flying out of there and messing all of our stuff up. So just barely loose, like that right there. And now we can install our modified little thing. Oh, and one other modification you got to do. This thing comes with a little tip on it. And so this normally sits here to spin around, but you don't have enough distance on these flywheels. And so the end of that has to be cut off. This little guy you can just throw away. And then you got to grind that end down a little bit. And what it does is gives you enough threads to get all the way into your pulley puller. And then you can get everything to line up. So let's get this guy assembled. And then we're gonna bolt him down on there. Now that we got the nut loose, we can remove our little drill bit, if we can get it out of there. Like that right there. And so this is lined up, that's sitting right there. So we're in good shape. So now we want to pop this flywheel off here. So and you can see that with it all cut back and everything, you get plenty of thread engagement. If you tried this without cutting this puller back, you're going to end up pulling your threads out of your flywheel. But this gives you plenty of thread engagement so you can pop this flywheel off there. And these don't have to be tight, because we're actually going to get it off the magnets right here. So what you want to do is loosen these little guys up until you have some freedom off the magnets, but you still have good thread engagement. Like that. And so now you don't have it touching the magnets at all. There we go. So now, with everything on there, and that nut just a little bit loose, you can move it with your fingers once you get it on there. You just want it to pop just a little bit. So now we can take a wrench and try to crank it over, or we can just hit it with the impact driver and see if we can get it off there. So let's go ahead and put our little drill bit back in there. Make sure everything's sitting right there. Now we just want to hit that with the impact driver. So all we're going to do is just give it a couple pops. And see if it moved any. And you'll know when the nut tightens up, it's still loose right there. It hasn't popped yet. Feels like it might have popped, I don't know. Nope, so she's not popping. This one's on there solid, so what we got to do is hit it with a hammer and try to shake it free. So let me go get a hammer. And since we got a bunch of tension on it now, we can just bonk it and see if it'll pop free. So there we go. So now it should have popped free because my nut is tight, and so now I got everything loose. So let's back it up and see, just that little bit of bonking should have been enough to free it up. Let me get that off there. And back my nut up. And let's see if that freed it up. Yep, so there we go. So now the flywheel's free. I can see it moving a little bit. So now we can remove all of this and we can take our flywheel off. So as simple as that. Get it real tight with the driver and then just take a hammer and thump it right on the end right there, and most times it'll shock it and it'll come right off there. So now all we got to do is take our pulley puller back off and we can remove the flywheel. But before we take the flywheel off, remember we got to put the drill bit in that hole, or else all of our little gears in the back are going to come flying out with the flywheel. So before you go pulling the flywheel off, now we got to do that little bit of work just to make things easier on us. And now we're ready to get the flywheel off. So let's push that back. You can see we're right on center. Push it back to center. And then we can take our little drill bit out. So now this is where this drill bit comes in, because we're loose right now to get the flywheel off. So what we got to do is pull up on the split gear, and then out comes the flywheel. If you don't pull up on the split gear, this gear right here is going to want to stay back here with these teeth, and everything's going to fly apart. All these little springs and all this stuff is going to come out of that gear right there. So just by using that little guy to split that gear open, then you know you don't have any issues. And just like right there, I moved the timing, and so you can see it move up on the cam. Since I got this one lined up to that hole right there with that hole, when I put it all back together, all I got to do is line that back up. My teeth will line back up and I'll still be set. So there we go. That's how you get the flywheel off of these pretty easy. And now we're ready to look at our little oil pump. Alright, so we're getting ready to install the flywheel again, but because it moved when I put the oil pump on, my key needs to go back over to this direction so everything will line back up and I'll have my timing right. I'll check it when I'm done, but I know if I put the key in, get it back over here, line those two holes up, I'll be spot back on again. So we just need to figure out a way to rotate it. And so I'm just going to use a piece of cloth and my channel locks. See if I can't get on it right there, and then rotate that crank around. Alright, so we're ready to get the flywheel on. We got this moved back to where we think it ought to be. This should all be lining up still. We got our marks still up here, but we got to make sure that that little key right there is just almost perfectly in place. So what we need to do is take a measuring tape and lay it up here on the top bump and come right down the center of that gear and come right down to the crank. And what's got to happen is this little key has to be dead center on all of it. So we went a little bit too far, so let's back it up just a little bit and see if we can't get that right in the center so everything will line back up. So we got there, right to center, and then we are sitting right about in center. So that's right at the center of the key, is right at the center of that, and it goes all the way up to the top. So now what we got to do is line up that little hole to the little hole that's in the flywheel. And so we do the very same thing. Take a ruler, put it up here, put it to the center. We got everything lined up. Now we just want to center up that little guy to where he's right in the right position. And we should be able to slip this flywheel on, put our little pin in there, and everything will line up. So let's set the flywheel up on there, and you can see the little mark on the gear in the back lines up to the little hole right there. All of that is going to sit right up on there. And then what we want to do is line up our key and then line up our little hole. So let's put our little drill bit in there, and then we'll get a flashlight let's look behind it and see if we can hit the little hole with the drill bit. Get that into the hole. And so now, if everything's lined up right, it ought to just sit right up on there. So it's sitting, so I'm halfway into my split gear and I'm locked into it, so it won't go any further because the back side of the split gear is holding it. My little drill bit is in the hole, so now all I got to do is raise up on the other part of the split gear and slide it right in. So there we go. So it's important to make sure that everything lines up, all the way down to the key, and you get it really, really close, or else you're going to fight that for quite a while. So now everything's lined up, it's back in there just like it was before. The split gear's holding, so I was able to get that back out. This guy's on there, almost ready to go. And we got our little drill bit, we're going to leave that in there until we torque our nut down. And so now, all we do is put our washer on there and put our nut back on. And we torque it back down and we'll have the flywheel back on there. Alright, so we're ready to torque everything down, but I'm not going to trust snapping that drill bit off when I hit that with that air driver. And so I'm going to put a rag right in here behind it and catch between the split gear and its little gear and keep that thing from rotating. So let's pull our drill bit out. And then what we want to do is just get a rag, and we're going to be tightening this way. So let's shove a rag right in between those gears, right there. And what it's going to do is bite down on the rag, but it won't hurt the gear. So now, when I tighten it up, it's going to rotate those gears together and grab a hold of that rag. Alright, so we are now ready to hit it with the air hammer and drive that thing on set. And there you go. I don't know what torque setting that is, but that was torqued enough. Now we just got to back it up and take our rag out, and we're all set back up. Alright, so let's go ahead and set it back in time. And so we got it all together, so let's go ahead and get it so that our drill bit goes back in there. And when we rotate it, you can see it's on the drill bit. Can't go anywhere. And so we're going to set that right on time with the drill bit. And what we ought to see is for the rear cylinder, what ought to be showing up in the window is the T. And so right here is the T on the flywheel. And I'm going to set the side cover on and make sure that that T is still lined up in my timing window. And I know I'm up here with the dot up here. I know I'm lined up on my gears, so I haven't affected the timing. So let's set the cover on real quick and just make sure we see T in that window when we got it all back together. So if we look down inside our window, we'll come in here for a close-up. Alright, so if we look in our little window, that's our timing window for the rear cylinder, we ought to see a T when we're lined up on the right. And so right there is our little T with our little line, so we know that we didn't affect our timing any. And up top up here, we can see that our dot is still pointing up to the dot, so everything's good. Well, alright, so we can take the cover back off and go ahead and continue putting everything together.